Yeah, hi, this is Jerry. Welcome to my how-to video on not only how to, but when to change or rekey locks. Maybe even change the combinations. It depends on who you're talking to on how they refer to it. This is basically how a lock works. You have different kinds of locks and different shape keyholes that go in the lock. So you'll have one kind of key that can go into the lock because of the shape of the key itself compared to the profile or the shape on another key will depend on whether or not it can even enter the lock. Now, if you have two locks or two separate keys and the keys are exactly the same kind of profile of the key, then you can put one key into the other key, but will they turn in this one does not turn, yet this one does turn. The reason that is, if you look really closely, you will see that the cuts are different depths compared to each other. And if you've ever seen the inside of a lock, or if you never have, you might be interested in seeing what it looks like inside. Inside, up in this part, are some pins and springs that push down on the pins. Now, if we were to open up one of these locks, I've taken the tail pieces off of this lock already so that you will see how to open them pretty easily. I take the key and I turn it part way in the lock, and then I take something to push through the cylinder. See how it's round, that plug? If I push through it, I can pull that plug out without dropping all those springs and stuff that are up in there. So I can show you this. Say now we have two different keys and they both go into one cylinder, but look at this one. When I put it in there, see how there's deep holes in there? Or see how the pin would come up higher if it was in a different position? Well, that's what makes a lock work or not work. Since it's round, if there's other pins in the top of this cylinder that are being pushed down by the springs, they drop into those holes and boom, they won't turn then. See what I mean? But with the correct key, this key inserted in there, it's completely flat now. Now it's round, so it'll turn inside of that round cylinder. So as a locksmith, what we would do is we would take this other key. If you had a lock and you said, can you come out and make it so that I either change my locks? Well, guess what? We can do that without having to replace the locks. We can take this other key, put it in there, and change those pins out so that they're flat, so that this key will work and the other key will not. And that is especially makes a lot of sense if you have multiple locks. If you have 3 or 4 or 5 doors in the house that all have locks on them and maybe multiple locks on the doors, we could come out and make it so that one key would work all the locks, because we could take the keys and change the pins in each lock and key them alike. That is very useful for us people who find ourselves with multiple keys on our rings and decide we want to whittle that down to just one key to open everything. So that is how a lock works. It's harder many times to put it back together than it is to take it apart, as many people find out. Alright, and that was the other key, and this is the key that works it. Very nice. Well, I hope you found this interesting and look for our future videos. Thank you.